welcome to Centennial Hall, room 3200. It's one of our conference rooms here in the building. I'm going to give you a quick rundown on how the technology works in here. Everything's pretty straightforward. It's just controlled by the touch panel here at the teacher station in the front corner of the room. This is our startup page. There's a button here that says press here to begin. When I press that button, it's going to power on the plasma screen that's in the front of the room, and it's going to bring our touch panel into the source select mode. It takes about 10 seconds or so for that to boot up. When our source select page comes up, we'll know we're ready to go. On the top row of our page here, we have our source select. Right now you'll see PC is selected, and so the PC shows up on the plasma screen for us. A quick note about the PC is that you'll have to log on to the PC when you come in. The computer should be powered on, but you'll have to log in. Your username will be the first part of your UWL email address, and the password is going to be your UWL net ID. So you'll have to personally log in, and then we'll ask you to log out when you're done, of course. The next thing on our source select here are our two laptop options. We have two different laptop connections. One is a VGA connection, and the other one uses an HDMI, or a digital laptop connection. And those are located right in the back here in this cable cubby. There's even a power supply back down in there, if you can see that, so you can plug your laptop right into there. I'm going to go ahead and pull the VGA cable out to use with my laptop here for demonstration purposes. I'll plug that into the side of my laptop. And then I'm going to take the audio cable and I'm going to plug that into the headphone jack on my laptop. Then I'll come back to the touch panel, and since it's a VGA connection, I'm going to go ahead and hit that button that says laptop. And then my laptop should show up on the plasma screen in the front. Now, if it doesn't show up, one of the best troubleshooting methods is that your laptop probably isn't in the correct mode to put an output, not only to your screen, but to the projector. You can do that in your control panel, or a shortcut is to hold down the function key and hit F8. That'll either bring up a little menu like it does for me here, or it'll scroll through these different modes automatically. You'll want to keep going until you get to the duplicate mode so that whatever you're showing on your laptop shows up on the screen. The next thing on our source select row is our Blu-ray player. When I hit the Blu-ray button, I get the Blu-ray controls to pop up for me. On the left-hand side is our play and our stop, and on the right-hand side are our navigation controls and our menu buttons. There's a full-screen video button that'll preview what's happening in the Blu-ray for me, and I can hit the back button to get back to my main page. The Blu-ray is located in the little teacher's desk here, right underneath the PC is the Blu-ray. You can use the front panel controls if you need to as well. And I'll also note that you can use a regular DVD or a CD in a Blu-ray player. You don't have to have a Blu-ray disc. This is also the time to talk about the volume. The volume can be controlled by the knob in the front of the touch panel here, right at the bottom. Turn it to the left and to the right to adjust the volume. And please keep in mind that only one thing will be heard at a time, and that's whatever is selected in the source select row. So right now, Blu-ray would what we would be hearing, and we would turn that up and down with the volume. If we wanted to hear the volume of the PC and adjust that, we would have to select PC on our source select. The last thing then in our source select row is the auxiliary button. The auxiliary button, when I press that, that's going to give me a couple of sub options there, either the S video or the composite video, and those connections are right back in that cable cubby where our laptop connections were. They share an audio source, so you always plug into those two audio jacks. The S video and the composite video are both located down in there, and that's if you wanted to bring in your video camera or your iPod or something like that. You could hook it right in there, and then it would display on the plasma for us, and we would hear it through the speakers. On the left-hand side, we just have two buttons that we're going to want to pay attention to. One is the plasma power button. If you wanted to power down the TV, you would just hit that plasma power button and it would leave everything else booted up. And the button down here at the bottom is the help button. When I press the help button, the names and phone numbers of a couple members of the Academic Technology Services staff pops up. Those are the important numbers for you, as those are what you would call if you had problems while you're trying to present, or if you ever had questions or concerns. So then I'm going to hit the OK button here on the help screen. That's going to get me back to our main area. And in the bottom right-hand corner, I have a System Off button. When I press that, it's going to ask me if I'm sure I want to power down. I'll go ahead and click yes. That powers down the plasma screen and puts our touch panel back into the main page. And then I'm going to remind you once again that if you have any questions or concerns, please contact Academic Technology Services and we'd be happy to help. Thank you.